Okay, so come down into a seated position. If you can come into Sukhasana, that's great. But if you can't, any seated position is fine. And as always, we'll just begin with a little movement. So you can move around however your body tells you to. Important to listen to your body throughout the practice, so you can break when you need to. Shouldn't ever be any pain with yoga. So if there is, gently come out and rest. You can take a drink when you need to. So yeah, the key is just to listen to your body throughout. Okay. So just start to feel into your body, into your joints, into your muscles. Start to notice where any aches and pains may be. And then when you feel like you've moved around enough, we'll come to stillness with your back nice and straight. You can rest your hands, palms up, palms down, or into mudra, whatever suits you this evening. And we're going to begin with just a few exaggerated shoulder rolls, if you like. So bring your shoulders all the way up to your ears and really round them back. Just do that a few times, just noticing if there's any stiffness in those shoulders, any aches and pains. And then just come to stillness once again. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths. So we're going to breathe in through the nose. We're going to hold it at the top. And as we breathe in, we're going to bring the shoulders up to the ears. And then as we exhale, we're going to exhale. Sorry, we're going to bring the shoulders all the way down with a sort of sigh, let everything out. So when you're ready, take a normal breath in and then release. And then breathe in through your nose. Hold at the top and exhale. We'll do that 2 more times. Breathe in and hold and exhale. One final time. And then when you're ready, you can allow your eyes to close for a moment. And although we'll keep the back nice and straight, we're going to just relax those shoulders a little bit. And we're just going to notice how each part of our body feels as we sit here in this position. Noticing how the ankles and the knees and the hips are doing this evening. All the way up the spine and across those shoulders. And then turn your attention to your mind and just notice how active those thoughts are. And whilst we're not too bothered about clearing it entirely, we're going to start to let go of those thoughts one at a time. Just imagine them drifting away. And as new thoughts arise, we'll just acknowledge them and then let them go. And then turn your attention to your breath and just notice how you're breathing and where you're breathing into. Just if it's a little bit shallow and it's top of your chest, try and take a little deeper breath so you can fill your lungs and fill your belly. Then as you exhale, just imagine getting rid of all of that stale air. And we're going to begin this evening with a straightforward equal breath. So we're going to inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. So when you're ready, exhale everything out. And then inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, and in 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that count going in your mind just for a few more breaths. And after your next exhalation, you can return to normal breathing. And when you're ready, you can slowly blink your eyes open. Relax your hands, relax the body, maybe take a little movement. And then come to sit nice and tall with your hands by your sides. When you're ready, we're going to take a big inhalation and we're just going to bring the hands parallel overhead, but just really reach it to the ceiling. And then just exhale all the way back down. As we inhale, we'll come all the way back up. And reach and exhale down. We'll do one more. Really stretch the spine and exhale nice and slowly and breathe. And then when you're ready, we'll take our right palm behind us, left hand to the right knee, take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, just turn to look over your right shoulder. And then we're going to breathe into the twist. We don't, not twisting too much, we're just warming up at the moment, just starting to warm up that spine. And inhale and exhale slowly to return and relax. And then place your left hand behind you, right hand to the left knee, big breath in. Exhale and look over your left shoulder this time. Remember to breathe. Nice breath in. And exhale back to the center and relax. And then place your hands by your sides. With a big breath in, we're going to raise up the right hand, lift to the ceiling, and then as you exhale, we're just going to come over to the left, nice and deeply, just stretching that side body. And we're just going to breathe here. So we're holding the posture, but not the breath. And then inhale to come up and stretch, and exhale when you're ready, down. Same on the other side, inhale, really stretch tall, exhale over. Breathe into that side bend, working that spine. And then inhale up and exhale to come slowly down. Relax. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to walk the hands out in front of you. It doesn't matter if you don't come down very far, but the idea is to sort of lower the head. If you can come down onto your forearms, brilliant, but don't worry if not. Don't overstretch at this point. We're just starting to open up those hips a little bit, working and stretching the spine, and breathe in your maximum position. And then slowly walk the hands back in and breathe. And then we're going to bring the legs over to the side, and we're going to come up into our tabletop. So bring the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and tops of the feet are on the floor. And for a moment, just take a little move to see how your hips are feeling. And then we're going to move into our cat-cow just to check out the spine. So this is going to work the belly and the spine. So when you're ready, as you inhale, we're going to drop the belly, raise the tail, look up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, we're going to round through the spine, bring the chin to the chest and look towards your navel. Inhale to come back through. Exhale back into cat. Keep that going just for a few more breaths. We'll do one more full flow wherever you are. Don't rush, we'll meet back in tabletop. And just breathe when you're back there. Start to tuck your toes under. And when you're ready, take a big breath in and come into your down dog. So arms and legs should be nice and straight. Head is low, pointing at the knees. Heels teasing towards the mat a little. And if you want to, you can pedal the knees, pedal the feet, and start working those legs a little bit. Or you can just stay in a static pose, completely up to you. And then come to stillness. On your next breath in, we're either going to walk or step the feet up to the hands. And then we're just going to release into a forward fold. So the head is coming to the knees. The knees can be quite bent at this point. And we're just going to let everything release to the mat in a ragdoll position. Just letting go of your week, your day. And then as you inhale, we're going to bring the arms out to the side. We're going to come into standing, bring your hands in prayer overhead, and then exhale the hands down to your heart. And you can relax for a moment and take a breath. And we're going to bring our feet nice and wide, and then just check that your heels are in line. If not, make some adjustment. And then standing tall, we're going to turn the toes of our right foot out, so the feet are now at right angles. We're going to take a big breath in, cartwheel the hands up and over to shoulder height, and then look at the fingers on the right hand. Take another breath in when you're ready, and then as you exhale, we're going to bend the right knee over the foot into warrior two. So just check here the position of your knee. It hasn't gone inwards, it's over that foot. And you want to check your back arm is high and your back leg is pressing into the mat as well. So everything is working here, nice and strong like a warrior. As you inhale, you drop the left hand down the thigh, the right hand comes up, turn the palm towards you and look up in reverse warrior. Exhale your right elbow down to your thigh, bring the left hand up behind you, twist to look up. And then inhale back to warrior two for a breath. And then straighten your front leg, take a big breath in. And then exhale, the right hand down either to the calf, the ankle or the floor, looking back up at your left hand in Trikonasana or triangle pose. Inhale when you're ready, back to shoulder height. Exhale down, turn those toes inward. And just take a little moment, maybe a roll of the shoulders or any movement that feels good at this point. And we're going to move to the other side. So again, just check the positioning of your heels in case you've moved around a little bit. And then turn out the toes of your left foot this time. Big breath in, hands come up, round and over to shoulder height. Look at the fingers on the left hand. Another breath in when you're ready. And then exhale, lean forward, bring that left knee over the left foot. And again, just check your position. Make sure you're nice and strong like a warrior. Breathe in, drop your right hand down the thigh, left hand comes up, look up at the palm. Exhale, bring your left elbow down to the thigh, send the right hand up, look at that hand. Inhale to come back to shoulder height. And then as you exhale, drop your left hand down, again either to the calf, the ankle, or the floor, looking back up at that right hand, Trikonasana. And then inhale when you're ready, back up. And when you're ready, you can turn those toes in. Keep a wide leg and turn the toes slightly out as if they're pointing to the corners of your mat. And we're going to do our strong goddess pose. So when you're ready, we're going to take a big breath in, bring your arms up, stretch to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, we're going to bend the knees over the feet and then going to bring the hands down into our cactus arms. So just check again your positioning of the knees. They haven't fallen inward, but over those feet we're holding here. I'm going to inhale to straighten. Exhale to goddess. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up. And exhale down. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to come back up. As you exhale, this time we're going to fold from the waist. You can soften the knees a little bit. We're going to come into a wide leg fold. You can let the hands drop down, let the head drop down. Again, just release here, breathe. And then as you inhale, we're going to gently come up to standing nice and slowly. We don't want any head rushes. And then as we get to the top, just roll the shoulders back and down. Turn those toes in, and you can heel toe back to hip width apart. And then we're going to make our way back down to the mat. So you can bring your feet, again, hip width apart, shoulders back. Take a breath in, start to bring the hands up, reach to the ceiling, or maybe do a slight back bend if you feel warmed up enough. Exhale to come down, come into a halfway lift. So keep the head forward, straighten that back. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. And when you're ready, we're going to step back into downward dog. Again, head is low, teasing those heels down. And then we're going to slowly bring the knees down to your mat, coming back into our tabletop. And we're going to, from here, we're going to get into our lizard pose to work those hips. And this is quite a strong one. So don't push it too far if there's any issues with your hips. When you're ready, what we're going to do is on your next breath in, we're going to step the right foot to the outer side of your right hand. And then as you exhale, we're going to start to lower the arms down. If you can come onto your forearms, brilliant, but don't worry if not, just start to lower, feeling those hips, that hip flexor opening. And when you find your maximum position, just lower the head and breathe into that stretch of the hip. If it's too much, start to raise up a little bit. As I said, there shouldn't be pain. A little bit of discomfort is normal. Just keep breathing. And then as you inhale, we'll raise up on the hands and gently walk that foot to the center of your mat so you can frame it with both hands. Inhale again, bring the arms up, stretch to the ceiling, work your spine. Exhale back down. As you breathe in, we're going to raise the right arm, we're going to twist to look up at the hand. And exhale slowly back down. Start to tuck your left toe under. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, we're going to step back to down dog. Reposition your feet as necessary. Head low, chest points at the thighs, and breathe. And then we'll slowly bring the knees back down again, come back to your tabletop, and we'll do the same on the other side. When you're ready, we'll inhale and step or walk that foot, left foot to the outer edge of your left hand. And then as you exhale, once again, come down, low, lowering the head, opening up that left hip flexor, and then breathe into your maximum position. You'll often find that one side feels a little bit more stiff than the other. That's perfectly normal. And then as you inhale, start to raise up on your hands, coming back up. Walk that foot to the center of your mat, back in your low lunge. And then inhale, arms come up, stretch nice and tall. Exhale gently down. Inhale, raise your left arm, twist to look up at the hand. Exhale to come back down. Start to tuck your right toes under. Inhale, step back. Once again, to downward dog. And see if those heels will twist out, reach down a little bit more to the floor. Don't worry, don't force anything. And then very gently, you start to bring those knees down. Bring your big toes together, bring your knees as wide as the mat, sit the bottom back, and then just stretch the arms to the top of the mat, bringing the heart down, bringing your forehead to rest in an extended Balasana. And just breathe here. You're welcome to close your eyes if that feels good. Stretching out the back, working the shoulders, opening the hips again. And we'll do a little bit on our shoulders. We'll do a thread needle as we lie here. So when you're ready, take your right arm under your left. So you bring the right shoulder, right side of the face to the mat. And you can either keep your left arm reaching up to the mat, or you can send it around the back and tuck the fingers into your right thigh. And you can just breathe here. And then very slowly start to bring that left arm back down to the mat, stretch it nice and long, and then unfold the right arm, stretch that long again. Take a breath here. And then as always, it's over to the other side. So left arm comes over your right, left side of the face down. Again, option to keep the right arm long or send it round the spine, tucking the fingers into your left thigh. And breathe. And then gently release that right arm up the mat. Bring the left arm up, head back down for a breath. And then very slowly you can start to walk the hands back in. Bring those knees more central. And then we're going to just come up into our tabletop, but only for a moment. We're going to go down onto our bellies to do some Bhujangasana or Cobra. And you've got an option to either do mini Cobra or you can go into the full position. If you're staying in mini Cobra, keep your feet together. If you're going to do the full pose, they can be a little bit apart, no more than hip width. So bring your hands palm down under your shoulders. Exhale out. And then when you're ready to inhale, you can either lift the chin and the chest, working the lower spine, or you can straighten the arms, lifting the tops of the thighs. And for more compression on the lower spine, you can drop the head back. So do whatever suits you. Hold here, look to the space between the eyebrows. And then as you exhale, keep the elbows closed and come all the way back down. Forehead rests. Take a breath. We'll do 2 more. Exhale. When you're ready, we're going to inhale to lift again and hold. So working the lower spine, we're working the belly. And exhale when you're ready. Keep breathing. 1 more to go. Exhale. And then another breath in. Lift 1 more time. If you're in mini cobra, see if you can lift a little higher, but don't force anything. See if you can hold for a moment longer, but listen to the body. It's fine to go down whenever you need. And exhale slowly down. Take a breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale. We're going to push ourselves back up. Coming back into tabletop. And we're going to do our pigeon pose to work those thighs. So when you're ready, we're going to bring the right knee up to the right hand. And the right foot is going to come across in front of that left knee. You might need to scooch that left knee back a bit. So your right leg is now diagonal underneath the body. And then as you exhale, we're just going to drop that left leg back further, raising up on the arms, coming into swan pose for a moment, taking a breath here. And then as you exhale, we're going to come down onto the forearms, and that might be enough for some people. Or you can stretch your arms out long. I've run out of space here. Stretch your arms out long, bring your heart down, bring your forehead down, and then just breathe. So you'll hopefully feel this down the thigh, maybe across the glute. You're welcome to close your eyes for a moment. And then when you're ready, as you inhale, start to walk the hands back in until you feel comfortable to release that leg, come back into tabletop. And just take a moment to notice how the right side feels compared to your left. And then we'll bring some balance back to the body. So when you breathe in, we'll bring the left knee up to the left hand, left foot goes in front of that right leg. And then again, send that right leg back, lifting the head and the chest for a moment to breathe into your throat, breathe into your heart. And then as you exhale, again, come down onto the forearms. It's fine to stay there if you wish, or send the arms out long, bring your forehead down and breathe. Again, you might feel a little tightness on one side compared to the other. That's fine. If it's too much, come back onto those forearms or ease gently out. And then as you inhale, start to walk the hands back to the body. Gently release that leg. Come briefly back to our tabletop. Bring the knees together and the feet together. Send the bottom back. Send the hands down by the feet. Bring the forehead to rest in Balasana. So we can just stretch out the back after doing some of those strong back bends a few moments ago. And then very gently, we're going to raise back up. We're going to come into a seated pose. We're going to come into Virasana just for a moment. We're going to bring our feet together, allowing those knees to reach down to the floor. If you can't do that, we can do a diamond shape with the legs. It's absolutely fine. We're just going to take a breath or two here before we move down onto the mat. So sit with your back nice and straight in this meditative pose. Breathing all the way down into your pelvis. This one's good for your hormonal health, as well as opening up those hips. And as always, if you want to, you're welcome to butterfly the knees, or if that's not for you, just stay in a static pose. And then when you're ready, we're going to bend the knees, bring the feet to the mat. Make sure you've got a bit of room behind you. Sit nice and tall with the back straight. As you inhale, bring the arms, palms up to shoulder height, tuck your tummy in, and then as you exhale, we're going to come back down to the mat and just try and control your journey down for as long as possible, working that core. It might come a time where you roll back, and that's fine. So just go with it, but try and control it for as long as you can. Come down onto your mat, keep the knees bent, send the arms out to shoulder height, and we'll do our final twist. We'll do Supta Vikrasana. So when you're ready, big breath in, and then exhale your knees to the right, head to your left, and hold the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bring everything back to the center. Exhale, knees to the left, head to your right, and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale back. Exhale over. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. We'll do one more on either side. And out. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. And out. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then breathe in, bring everything back to the center. Send your legs out long. Let the toes point to the ceiling with the hands, palms down by your sides. And we're going to do Yastakasana just to give everything a really good stretch. So when you're ready, take a big breath in as you bring the arms overhead. Start to point the toes. And then we're going to stretch like we're on a rack and hold the breath in. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to exhale, come back to your starting position. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, come up and over, point the toes and stretch. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale to come back. Last time when you're ready, inhale and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then exhale. We'll do Pavanottasana to get the digestive system going. As you breathe in, bring your right knee into the chest, give it a really tight squeeze, hold the breath in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale out long. Inhale when you're ready to bring the left knee in, nice tight squeeze, hold. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale to release. As you inhale this time, bring both knees in, give them a tight squeeze and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. And this time as you exhale, just make it more of a cuddle. So to loosen your grip, cuddle those knees in. And if you want to, you can rock from side to side to massage that lower spine on the mat. Hopefully feels quite nice at this point. And then from here, we're going to move into Shavasana. So if you have any tenderness in the back, you can bring the knees as wide as the mat and let the knees knock, feet as wide as the mat and let the knees knock together. And then you can rest your hands on your belly or by your sides. If you're feeling pretty good, you can send the legs out long, let the heels and the feet flop to the sides. Bring the arms a little bit away from the body so that spine can really sink down, and shuffle your hips down as well. Let the shoulders rest. And then when you're ready, you can allow your eyes to close. Make sure they're softly closed, you're not screwing your eyes shut. Relax your forehead, loosen the jaw, and just start to let go of your shoulders, let go of your fingers and your toes. Just feel everything start to relax into your mat. And start once again to release those thoughts. Imagine them just floating away from you, one at a time. We're going to relax together. So each one of your toes is now relaxed. The tops of your feet and the soles of your feet are relaxed. Your heels and your ankles are relaxed. The lower legs, the knees, and the upper legs are relaxed. Both of your legs are completely relaxed. Your hips and your pelvis are relaxed into your mat. And your spine is relaxed vertebrae by vertebrae. Your stomach is relaxed. Your rib cage is relaxed. Your chest and your collarbones are relaxed. The whole of your abdomen is now relaxed. Each one of your fingers are relaxed. The palms of your hands and the tops of your hands are relaxed. Your wrists and the lower arms are relaxed. The elbows and your upper arms are relaxed. Both of your arms are completely relaxed. Your shoulders are relaxed into your mat. Your neck and your jaw are relaxed. Your chin and mouth are relaxed. Your eyes and nose and the muscles in your face are relaxed. Your forehead and the crown of your head are now relaxed. So your whole body is relaxed into your mat. For the next minute or so, continue to let go of your thoughts and enjoy your relaxation. You're welcome to stay where you are and enjoy a much longer Shavasana. But if you want to return with me, keeping your eyes closed, when you're ready, you can move onto your side to use your arm as a pillow and just take some deep breaths. And then again, no rush. Whenever you're ready with your eyes still closed, you can start to push yourself up and come back into a seated position. And whenever you're there, sit nice and tall. Bring your hands to prayer at the heart. relax the shoulders, relax the elbows. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, bring your chin to your chest, and then when you're ready, you can slowly blink your eyes back open, and then when you're ready, you can return to center. Namaste. Thank you for joining me again, and I hope to see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.